Good morning, beloveds. I am seriously late. Um, and I have already had a full day. Um, the alarm went off as normal. We realized last night we were out of peanuts, so we got up and got out of the house and we stopped at HEB, bought a big old bag of peanuts, got to the park, had a fantastic run in the park, fed plenty of squirrels, got back to the car, and Tom couldn't find his car key. Um, and we had like 10 minutes to spare to be home by 9 o'clock, and then so he went one way and I went the other, and it's a 1.5 mile loop in this park, and we couldn't find the car. We met back in the back of the park, and neither of us had seen it. And we were just like, okay. And I was like, no, we only live, about a mile from the park. Maybe 1.5 miles. And he had to go to work, and I had a thing at 10:30, and I was like, okay, you keep looking, because you know where you got on and off the path when we were playing with the squirrels, and I will walk home. What else were we going to do? We had a backup car key. And so he continued to search the park, and I walked home. Unfortunately, he stopped me from going out the front of the park. He said, cut through the dog park, because it cut probably a good 1/4 mile, if not a whole 1/2 mile off the trip. And I walked home, and on my way back, I called him. I let him know, okay, I'm at the high school now. Call work and let him know you're going to be late, and I'm in the neighborhood. I'm almost there. And then I called him when I was in the car and I picked up the key to get back to him. And I recruited the ROTC kids from the high school to help look for the car key. And he's like, and as I was leaving, I was like, check with the maintenance people that were out there working, because they're not always out there. And apparently somebody had found it and let the maintenance crew know, and they had put it up on the table near where we had found it. I had been checking the benches and the tables. Tom had not. But there's no telling that when the first time he walked past it, if somebody had already seen it. So by the time I got back into, I parked, he had the key in his hand. So the good news is he found the key. He found the key, and here's what I say for all of the chaos that created in our lives. It proved that my knee is good, because I walked the 3 miles, and then walked home. And I'm probably gonna have to soak my knee. I'm definitely gonna have to soak my feet, and I'm probably gonna have to make sure I stretch my knee a couple of times today. But it's good. All of that rehab that I have done worked, and the time that it took to do the rehab worked. So we got back into the house a little after 10 o'clock, and I had 2 of my classmates were ordained today, and they did a beautiful ordination ceremony, and it was at 10:30. And so I was like, I'm not going to rush this. I'll go to the ordination, and I'll do this when I get to it. So I'm sorry, you guys kind of got put on the back burner today, but, it was a beautiful ordination, and it was wonderful to see. And doing the ordination via Zoom, they did a beautiful job. So I am now prepared to do the 365 Science of Mind, bearing in mind that I have already had a pretty intense day. I may crash after this, but that's okay. That's what Sacred Saturdays are. You gotta have one day that you have off. So it is January 23rd, And our title is My Affairs Are in the Hands of Divine Action. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that is from Matthew 6:10. When Jesus said, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, he was again affirming that there is a perfection at the center of everything. He was telling us that when we reach towards this inward perfection, it will be revealed to us, and that it must finally establish the kingdom of God on earth, as it most certainly will. Realizing that the kingdom of God is a kingdom of joy, and that the heart of the eternal is most wonderfully kind, I place all my affairs in the keeping of divine love, and I permit all my thoughts to be directed by divine wisdom. The Spirit within me guides me and directs my path, guides me into peace and prosperity and happiness. God's perfect kingdom is established in me today. As the fatherhood of God is revealed through me as the brotherhood of man, this brotherhood I help establish on earth today, for I know that it is within all people. The indwelling love and peace draw me close to everyone I meet, in joy and in friendship. Therefore, my prayer for the kingdom of God on earth is a communion of my own soul with the universal soul that overshadows and dwells within everyone. This is the kingdom I am recognizing as I affirm, Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Okay. So, my affairs are in the hands of divine action. Notice he said action, divine action. He didn't say divine. He didn't say divine peace or, any divine stillness. He said divine action. Our affairs are action. We have agency in this world. We have action in this world. We are here. Yes, we are human beings, but we are here to do whatever it is that we do. There doesn't have to be some grand, glorious purpose. Us going through and living our lives is exactly what we're here to do. Because it's all the small pieces that make up the big whole. And any one small piece missing would make it incomplete. So, divine action. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You see that on earth as it is in heaven, as above, so below. You see that in all of the world religions, all of them stating that there is a place that we come from and a place that we go back to, and while we're here, we carry that place with us, and it is through us that place becomes. And so, that is one of our jobs. You can think of it as a side job, but it is our job to bring that kingdom forth through us into the mortal coil, into the material world, to recognize that it is here, and to live as if, because it is. And if we live as if, we're more likely to recognize it. So when Jesus said, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, he was again affirming that there is a perfection at the center of everything. He was telling us that when we reach towards this inward perfection, it will be revealed to us, and that it must finally establish the kingdom of God on earth as it most certainly will. It will be revealed to us as all around us, and it will be revealed through us. all of the little parts that we play in that kingdom to bring it into the awareness of everyone else. We don't have to build the kingdom. That's not our job. Our job is to reveal it, to become aware of it, and help others to become aware of it. I just got out of an ordination, and one of the most beautiful things that I heard was that we become a center of, that we reveal that center of activity, that our call to ministry, and let's be honest, everyone is a minister. Everyone is a minister, whether they have a degree or not. We all, in one way or another, minister to each other and to ourselves. So we're all ministers. But we become a clear center, a clear example of the divine activity in the world. Reverend Kim put it way much more clearly than I just did. I wrote it down though, so you can always ask me later if you really want to know what he said. But that's who we all endeavor to become. Or not to become, to reveal. We already are. We're divine. Troward calls us divine distributors. And so that we're revealing the kingdom of heaven around us. It's there. We are conscious of it. And as we act as if, we act because we are aware of it, we bring it to the attention of everyone else. And just by being, we don't have to do anything special. We just have to act as if the kingdom of God is around us. And then people are going to go, well, I want what you've got. Well, what do you know that I don't know? That the kingdom of God is now. That the kingdom of God is right here, right now, right where we are. That it is revealed through us. Because it is us. We are the kingdom of God. Realizing that the kingdom of God is a kingdom of joy, and that the heart of the eternal is most wonderfully kind, I place all my affairs in the keeping of divine love, and I permit all my thoughts to be directed by divine wisdom. So we're talking divine action. Our affairs are in the hands of divine action, and divine action operates with divine love and divine wisdom. If wisdom is knowledge plus experience, then there's no greater place to go than divine. Because everything that ever existed or will exist, and everything that exists now exists in the divine. Because the divine doesn't know time. That is the ultimate wisdom. The spirit within me guides me and directs my path, guides me into peace and prosperity and happiness. And that which I know for myself, I know for everyone else. God's perfect kingdom is established in me today. That is a power statement. Say that to yourself when you wake up every morning. God's perfect kingdom is established in me today. And the fatherhood of God, or if you prefer, use another word, the motherhood of God is revealed through me as the sisterhood of human. It's a problem with gendered language. So the father and motherhood of God is revealed through me as the sister and brotherhood of humans. Yes, Ernest, I'm changing your words. I'm sure that there's gender neutral, but I can't think of them right now. So I'm just going to go with that. He uses the word brotherhood, but I'm going to use the word family. This family I help establish on earth today, for I know that it is within all people. I recognize all people as my brothers and sisters. I recognize them all as my family. The indwelling love and peace draw me close to everyone I meet in joy and in friendship. The indwelling love and peace. It is when I meet people, when I'm in a place of peace and love, then I meet people and I draw them into my peace. And when I'm not, then I don't meet them as family. So it's my goal to walk in that place of peace. I want to pull people out of their storms and into my peace. And occasionally I need people to be those islands of peace to draw me out of my storm. So I think it's Rumi that says, or I don't know, now I'm going to have to Google it. If you can't find the light, you might be it. You might be the light. You might be the lighthouse in someone else's storm. You might be the rainbow in somebody else's clouds. And you might never know that. And that's okay. That's amazing. Therefore, my prayer for the kingdom of God on earth is a communion of my own soul with that universal soul that overshadows and dwells within everyone. I am recognizing that we all share the same soul. We are individualized centers of activity within the oversoul, as Emerson likes to call it. I'm quoting Emerson. This is the kingdom I am recognizing as I affirm, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's interesting that will in that phrase is not capitalized, not in the Bible and not in Ernest Holmes' writings. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And I think that might be because there is no divine fate. There's no predestined path. There is nothing like that. We are divine centers of activity. We are divine distributors. And we are always a choice. And so when I am capable of choice, which is 99.9% of the time, when I am capable of choice, I choose peace. And for that 0.01% of the time, when I am incapable of choice because my emotions have run away with me, I will look for my lighthouse. But the rest of the time, I'd like to be a lighthouse. So, our mission today. Okay, let's go with this one. Our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is realizing that the kingdom of God is a kingdom of joy, and that the heart of the eternal is most wonderfully kind, and that we live in that kingdom. That is the kingdom that we walk in, that is the kingdom that we live in, and that is the kingdom that we are revealing to the world around us. So, as always, I encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Today and every day. For you are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased, always. Always. That is the state of grace that we live in. It's damp out there, but as always, I do encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. Whatever that looks like. And I don't know that we're going to get a break in the clouds today. We had a short break yesterday, and I got a little bit of sun on my face. It felt good. So if you get the opportunity to get a little bit of sunshine, please do. And drink plenty of water. Always drink plenty of water. I keep seeing the meme that we're basically neurotic plants. So drink plenty of water. And rest. Please rest. Please rest. We are human beings. We don't have to do all the time. And our grand and glorious purpose is just to be ourselves. To be those children of God. So, yeah. It is Saturday. That means that Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. and I will be on time because I'm not going to the park tomorrow. And then we will have an amazing service for you at 11 a.m. And which means I need to go and finish my notes because I'm doing the service tomorrow. Reverend Jesse is teaching today. So to spare his voice, we're going to give him the day off tomorrow. And I am going to talk about what I have learned for the basics. It'll be good. It'll be good. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you live in heaven now. This is our gift from the divine. All right, beloveds. Do what you need to do to make it a wonderful day.